Okay.
You want me to start, is it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can I just introduce Elsa to Ingtin? She's a KPMG partner in audit.
No, I'm an audit director.
Oh, sorry, audit director.
I hope I can get to partner.
Wish you all the luck.
Thanks. Not this year.
Elsa, I hear you have changed jobs, is it?
Yeah.
So where are you now? At
Good year.
Good
year.
year. Oh, I see.
Oh.
Okay. So what are you doing there? FC, is it?
GM.
Oh, okay.
One level down FC, not yet FC. Not so fast, not so fast. Wish I'm that fast.
GM of finance or which division are you with?
Yeah, actually a full title is general and sales accounting manager.
Oh, okay.
So it's like basically everything is my problem. Literally everything is my problem.
Yeah, your position tells it.
They don't have a job scope, I guess. I think that's a complaint about a lot of people too. You know, everything is thrown at you and you have to handle it.
Everything is your problem, from operation until supply chain, until tax, until everything. If custom come, you are the first one go there. Everything is your problem. Security guard also your problem. really. No, I was joking. Yeah.
How are you coping with it? How long have you been with Goodyear, Elsa?
Just for a while, only July, August.
That's right.
4 months.
3-4 months, yeah.
Yeah.
Shamla, I think we should
Okay.
start because we don't want to hold them for too long too.
Okay. So because Elsa, I may not have the questions. I'm wondering. Okay.
No, Shamla, I've sent it
You
to
have
her.
sent it to her. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I have it.
All right. So I'll start with question 1. COVID-19 pandemic has caused significant uncertainty in the business environment. How was the planning of your client's audit modified due to the control movement order? That's the first one. Yes. Ingtin, you want to start off?
Because I'm
I
an
think
auditor.
she is the more correct person to start off.
Okay. All right. Basically, I think back to 2020 when the first MCO was happening. So everyone was panicking, including auditors as well. Suddenly lockdown. So the first thing that we have to call client. Okay. So all auditors, no issue for us to work from home because we have our laptop with us and we still have access to our email. But majority of our clients are not ready, because that time their documents is still hard copy, so they still expect the auditors like us go in, okay, you flip the file yourself and document it down. So a lot of the fieldworks and the audit execution we have to delay. Of course, that time only 2 weeks lockdown, the first one, we thought only the 2 weeks. So after that, when it get prolonged, and in fact, majority of our clients, they are really not ready. So they are eventually applying for the extension for the submission with the SSM. So that was the path. But during the MCO lockdown, we are requesting a client to scan through the documents. It would take longer time because they also rotating, going back to office. And for them to scan through auditors' request, the documentation is a lot. It's tremendous.
That's tremendous.
Because not many clients, they are having the proper file retention. So that was the first time when we really conducted audit remotely. Of course, slowly everyone talking about technology. So now, actually within 2 years' time, right? Most of our clients, they started to let's do digital signature, let's do digital, everything also digital. So it's getting easier. Only the first year was suffering, but the second year onwards, we kind of like human being, we are very good in adapt to the new environment. They start to, okay, can I send you through email? To a certain extent, they even ask auditor, I don't think you need to come into my office. Why do you need to be in my office? So I think that will link to your next question later. So that was the, that was how it works during the pandemic time. But our side here, we are still able to use Teams to meeting a lot that time because luckily, you're also very lucky. We just implemented the Microsoft Teams. only I think 2 weeks then straight away pandemic. So that was also the time where we are having a lot of back-to-back call with our audit team, not really our client. I still remember 18 March, I give instruction to my staff. I said, can you please get all your phone numbers, as in your client's phone number? Make sure you have the numbers. Then I straight away quickly created a group chat between my client and KBMG, because that's the only media we can talk. My client don't have Teams. So that was how our communication about on audit side.
Thank you. I think Elsa has given her version of this, Shamla, in her earlier interviews. So we can skip the first question for Elsa.
Okay. So leading to from the first question, did your audit fees increase due to the revision of your audit plan?
We hope so, but the fact is no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, that time was a very difficult time for not only for audit firm, because we also got a hit, and also our clients. Our clients that time started to observe the collection slow. The collection was slow. Our clients need to reserve their cash. It wasn't a good time for us to ask for fee increase just because of MCO. Definitely MCO increased the disclosures, auditing procedures a lot, but we didn't manage to ask for fee increase, and quite difficult for us to ask. We have to be on the same boat and really feel our client that time. But that was also the time where we started to realize, oh, okay, what are the audit clients that actually potentially is a long-term sustainable clients, and who are the clients, audit clients where you have to start to reassess. Do you still want to continue with them? But definitely is a no for audit fees increase. No, in fact, my client asked for fee reduction. We also have to give to help them through, Otherwise, it's like they can't even pay our audit fee.
What is your opinion, Elsa, on this?
Sorry, in pain, because I actually from PwC last time. Unfortunately, for PwC, we increased our fee.
So you can change to us now.
No, it depends. So some of our clients, like you say, they are really very difficult, like those really very layman term, they are really eating grass already. Then we okay lah, be kind of it, right? But those that are still cooperative, that they are still able to send things through, and then but of course there are some boundaries whereby, let's say some of the, if I recall correctly, the time there were quite a number of fields is totally shut down.
Yeah.
So we be fair also. So even though we were scheduled that time, let's say the audit team should go in, right? We actually cancel, and then we actually see which client they actually have digital things for us to audit one. Then we arrange to quickly do it and whatsoever. But usually they will drag. I mean, because like you said, the first time, right? So for those that actually drag for too long of a time, for example, we schedule for 1 month, but then in the end it takes 3 months to do one. Then unfortunately, we still give a discount. We still charge 1 month extra, that kind of charge. We didn't increase 3 members. It's just like still a discount, but due to, sometimes, it's very difficult for them to give us things or vice versa. So for me, I see fee increase for the more normal client, for the essential clients. And then for those really, really, really finding fresh soil already one, then we maintain the fee lah. Yeah, that's what I observed. Yeah, and I agree with you that this is the best time to see actually which client you can potentially letting go, because you can actually tell from this period of tough time, right, whether they are cooperative or not, and whether they try to work things out or not. You can actually see it. So for those, unfortunately, you knew that already Didi Daddy one, then we also slowly dropping those clients off. And then from this period of time, you can actually see, wow, there are some clients, they are trying to do quite hanky-panky stuff. It's actually a risk for us as well, right? So so it was a time for both way choosing, I would say.
Okay. All right, I'll go to the second question. the first part, the COVID-19 pandemic had pressured auditors to comply with auditing and accounting standards and specific audit programs to maintain audit quality. During the audit evidence gathering stage, junior auditors are required to interact with their clients to gather more information and seek clarification for their audit queries. Could you elaborate on the problems and solutions on how the social interaction issues was overcome during the CMO period for junior auditors who, for example, had no prior experiences interacting with other older audit clients with more knowledge and experience than themselves? Okay, Ting, you want to go first?
In fact, this is a very true question. There are few options for it. One is the seniors tanked it.
Yes, I agree.
The seniors, I will do it myself.
All go inside together.
I will do it myself because frankly speaking, during the MCO time, even though you explain with all these facilities teams, I don't think anyone is turning on their video for discussion and guidance. Most of the time it's more on like we brief the junior staff, but it is still very different and effective. A lack of is really not effective as compared to I sit side by side, I point to them.
Yes,
So
agree.
I have to like shout to the monitor, you scroll there.
Yeah, it's like left one more column.
Yeah, so the frustration in the end, most of the time we gave up. We will call client ourselves. But if it is a simple one, we will still give instruction and guide them through how to do it. But the frequency of getting into the call is way higher, more frequent as compared to when we are seeing each other in office. The guidance is not effective. The guidance is not effective. I mean, even from our audit clients, you can see that nowadays the auditors who are dealing with you, perhaps they claim themselves they are the senior associate, but you can see that they are actually the COVID-born associate, senior associate. It's very different. And in fact, I have senior associates where he can't really talk to client like face to face. He went into client place, he sit there, still continue to email, send FAQ. I asked him, are you asking our client sit for exam, answer your questions? like Q&A, you just email client. To that extent. So that is the impact for the junior auditors. But I don't deny there are junior auditors who can adapt very fast. Then that one we can let it go, as in like let them do independently. But most of our junior auditors, they are struggling, and actually the actual audit world, they don't understand at all. They don't understand because they can't talk to client and they don't see their face expression. They don't even turn on the video. Some of them, perhaps you experienced it before. When you ask them to turn on the video, they say, wait, let me wear my shirt first.
Let me wear my spec. Let me put on makeup.
Yeah, correct. So that was another issues arising. So until we have to, our partners have to really like tell them, can you please, during office hour, can you please get ready to turn on video? It doesn't look good in front of a client. When you say ask them to turn on video, you say you're wearing t-shirt. Yeah, so it's really go by luck. We will still try to guide, but most of the time, I think they will still sail it through. Maybe not that perfect.
Yeah. But what about where they're meeting clients who are maybe much older, more knowledgeable than them? How would they react?
Actually, this one no different because they will still talk over the phone and ask for the thing. And it frankly speaking, it very much depends on who is your counterparty. If you meet the good one, they are still get used to. Every year the auditors you explain so many times, they will still they will still ask the same question. That's the typical one. So I think they get used to it. They will still give the things for auditors. But if you, of course, you are meeting with some not so friendly clients, then they give difficult time. So there's no one way to comment to say that the older one are more
yeah, I agree. And frankly speaking, I think, right, all your clients is older than you because I'm serious because majority of junior auditor, they are fresh grad, like 22, 23. I think it's pretty impossible to find, same age client or younger clients.
Yep.
True.
If they're old, means they are at very high level already. Impossible, my junior staff will deal with them.
Oh, you won't allocate them. Oh, okay. You won't allocate them in the audit work.
Not to talk to, say for example, can you please talk to GM Elsha? Not to that extent. Definitely not to that extent. Most of the time they will still deal with the finance executive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, second part is, did the social interaction affect the level of information requested regarding evidence gathering?
Why don't we ask Elsha? Is there any information that you all didn't give us?
To me,
Also, you have to start.
to me, I'm a very people person. I really hate MCO time because you can't talk to people. Because actually, when you talk more, right, you would know more of which correct document. You will be less accurate on requesting the evidence to me, yeah. So sometimes, and most of the time, I actually force my client to turn on camera. Serious, I'm the one forcing my client. Otherwise, I'll try to make call or make it like as if it's a call. So when they talk, they also be more relaxed. So to me, the interaction, if it's a very familiar client already, then I'm more comfortable. But if it's a new client, actually, I came across with like a new client, total new client. Then it was really very difficult. We planned for 2 weeks. In the end, it took 3 months. It was really very difficult because when you say A, then they give you B, and then you can't see them and you can't go into their office. Yeah. So to me, right, back then, during the really MCO time that you couldn't really go into client's office, I feel it really affect the information that I get. And plus, COVID time, there are many new set of COVID questionnaire, and also how to put it, like new MFRs required just to tackle the COVID thing.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for the client to adapt also. Because those questions maybe never came to them. So or those testing never ever came to them. Then they don't know how to react and respond. So for this one, I think for this part, the evidence was really, really difficult. But okay it's still sail through it, just that whether it's difficult or easy. But the interaction, I still prefer face-to-face.
Yeah, definitely the face-to-face interaction, you can observe
whether they are saying true or they are more
correct.
There are more stories.
Yes, definitely. You can see that. Are you trying to keep some information from me, or are you going to open up? So because the personality, they can tell. I think one of the typical the challenges that we face, because my department audit quite a lot of manufacturing companies. So stock take is the key challenges for us to obtain the evidence during that time. We have to keep on, we compile so many data as in like, can we go in, can we not go in? So one day they say can go in, then the other day they say, here my area lockdown, the management decided not to let you all go in. So that time really like using the handphone to do the stock take.
How you do? I'm curious.
We ask client, which means right, because client is at the warehouse side, so we are really sitting like here, looking at the laptop. So they have to turn on their camera and then they count, which is sometimes the view, right, you can only see this. So you have to direct them. Can you move here a bit? Can you move there a bit? So let's say the observations, and when you are there, right, to see the things is totally
different.
It limits your vision. It limits the information that you can get. They can show you something, but it may not.
Then they're removing something beside you.
Correct. So definitely it hinders us from getting a more persuasive.
Really very difficult. Like in order for us to get more vision, right, we do something very stupid. We use a trolley. We put the laptop on the trolley. Then we go around. I'm not even joking, because actually laptop give you more vision.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Then how do you actually like observe during the COVID time, like the condition of the inventory and all that? Because
We
on
have-
the face, it looks okay.
Yeah, we just have to give instruction to the warehouse people, ask them to show us. Maybe the maximum you can do, show me the code, the inventory code. It is like that, show me really like, here are 20. So that's all you can do. That's all you can do because you can't be there.
So do you follow through after the MCO, after the lockdown? Do you go and follow through and
No, in practical, the plant is running. The plant is
Yeah.
running. If you want to go back to that time, the inventory stocking during that time, I don't think, I don't think client will allow us to do that anymore. Yeah, because typically they will have to stop the production. No movement. And of course we can go back to see, but actually by the time that we really can go back to visit the plant, it's already, I think, one and a half years later after the MCO first started. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So can I just ask you, for this sort of issues, do you actually report this in the audit report? Or
No, it depends. Unless you really feels that you get the limitation, you really cannot rely on the audit evidence that you collect through this method at all. For now, I'm very lucky that my audit file, I don't need to do that. Limitation of scope. No, my side, I don't have these cases. Yeah. So other than that, I'm not sure whether Elsha, you
any experience?
No, same. Just that we document a little bit more, saying that this year is a special, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But we also do one more thing, which is like, let's say it's really far away or really couldn't, because sometimes you couldn't, back then you couldn't fly lah, couldn't this, couldn't that, right? So that time we actually engage external auditor, like another firm's auditor. I think you all did also, right? Another firm's auditor to go in and stock take for us. So then you actually have to document properly. It is not limited scope, but you just have to document it properly and explain it properly in your
means that time cannot cross state. Maybe I want to do my stock take in Johor, then I ask my KPMG Johor to do it. But still same firm.
Okay.
Oh, for us, we got engaged different firm. Then you have to document properly. You have to document properly.
So you even went to that extent of getting
have to. Yeah, because
ensure.
Yeah, you really have to ensure the putting laptop one. I recall only really one warehouse do that only. Like really no choice, no flight flying in at all.
Yeah.
If you fly, you need to quarantine 7 days. That is like quite stupid. That we really no choice. Other than that, I think the rest of the warehouses, I think all we do is really go to the extent of, let's say, hire external firm.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Right. The next question is, face-to-face communication is set to provide the opportunity for immediate feedback to give cues to the auditor through the client's body language and tone of voice. Unlike computer-modified communication, questioning mind and professional skepticism are essential for quality audits. How did you overcome this challenge of face-to-face to CMC communication during the movement control order? Elsa, you want to have a go first?
I forced my client to turn on camera. Actually, for PwC, they were pretty swift in response, so they quite quickly established like some softwares, so it helps to actually for a lot of communication. So basically we have this particular platform for client, for us, for auditor to raise requests, right? And then after that they can respond with documents, and also can have chat inside each of the document, and there's history. So even if you delete it, there's a history.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it can generate report out to say, how efficient, etc., etc. So I guess this platform really helps us in communicating, to be honest. Because let's say sometimes when client give you A, then you wanted A, but then they give you B, then you can immediately respond inside saying that, this is this. Actually, for this part, it also helps us to justify the previous question, saying whether we raise the audit fee, because from that we can actually see how cooperative or how not cooperative the client is. We didn't exactly raise fee but then just extra charges put this way. So I guess like for this, sometimes digital one is quite good as well, because there's trace of communications. extent of email flying here and there. Yeah.
Right.
LinkedIn?
That is, we call it client collaboration site from our end.
yeah. I think all audit firm has it, yeah.
Yes. But frankly speaking, my personal view is that there's no way for me to face to face. It's already locked down anyway. It's already MCO locked down. So these things, the face-to-face communication, it will still need to be handled by the higher, which is the managers level and above the partners, of which we have to call to the client to talk about the issues over the phone and also pick up the phone to talk to client, even though we don't see them. So our side here is very much still go back to our relationship and also our contact with client for some typical issues, especially we need to get up to date information about their business. How are they doing and what are they currently doing? Because our risk assessment is totally changed. We can't be asking our
a lot of COVID questions.
Continue do the same thing about it. Yeah, there are so many areas that we need to start to tackle. Even though we say, oh, this year no impact, but you have to talk about subsequent event disclosure. And when SSM so kind let them to delay the reporting, we even need to do more because we have to prolong our subsequent event work. So no face to face, really no face to face. But when the moment government allows some limited movement. Actually, if client allowed, we will still pay a visit to client side to talk to them if they allow. But most of our clients that time, they are still very cautious.
Yes.
They prefer us not to go in. Yeah, only certain clients, they themselves also feels like, I cannot, I must see people, I must interact with people. That kind of client, then we can go in. But for big client, very digital based already, they don't welcome you. You continue to work from home, you continue to stay in office. Yes.
So what is the practice now, LinkedIn?
Currently, basically, in KPMG, we only allow them to either work in office or work at client, because technically, like now we are supposed to be busy with planning and interim work. So we will tell them you have to come back to office or you have to work from client. They do only limited time that they can work from home.
Okay.
This is the tone from our leaders. Yeah. If not, if really cannot, then they can work from home. Like the coming election, so we say, okay, initially before they declare holidays and before our firm declare holidays also. So I actually check around and say, okay, who is going back to where to vote one? So they told me that. I said, okay lah, you Friday you work from home so that they can plan their time. They want to depart on Thursday night also, okay. Then slowly then my firm declare a holiday. Then the government also declare holiday. Okay, so that's it. Then now they ask for work from home on Thursday, so that they can go back on Thursday. It's like, initially I thought Friday, now Thursday also work from home. Yeah, so that's the flexibility still, but we still prefer them to go back to office because majority of our clients, actually now we do have clients continue to work from home, maybe perhaps Monday or Friday. But most of the time, they will still go back to clients. So we will follow clients' working operation.
Can I also ask you all these technological technologies that we've been using, like Microsoft Teams and Zoom? Are you still continuing to use that as part of your now routine audit? They're still doing that.
Teams, okay. In fact, Teams, we still continue to leverage on Teams meeting because we don't need to travel to client already. A lot of clients still prefer that way. One, they can book our time continuously. You don't need to travel already. And of course, they will say, okay, save your traveling, save your mileage claim. The practical way. But for higher levels, say for example, board meeting and audit committee meeting, they are moving to hybrid. So if client prefers, then they ask us to go into client place, then we will go into client place. But frankly speaking, they still prefer us to have a more Teams meeting. Our auditors is on field, but some of the important decision meeting, they want a quick one. They like one of my client, very big one. So they really like, Engtin, can I just set up a meeting now. So how can I travel all the way back there, all the way to my client place to KLCC then? I say no. So we still continue. In fact, our region started a lot of initiative to talk about how to use technology to audit, how to use technology to just review the financial statement. You just scan through, then casting, all these things, still a lot of initiative ongoing. Yeah.
Elsa, you got anything to add in?
No, same. It's the same.
Yeah. Can I just ask you for this methodology, do you use AI in any of your audit methodology?
For my part now, the audit methodology itself, they haven't really tackled AI, but a lot of the, say for example, if you are using certain particular tools, let's say we want to auto extractions from the client, because clients can, now they provide quite a lot of digital documentation. So as compared to you look at the PDF, then you type, so now they okay, let's extract. Then this is the part that we will be using AI. However, it may not be 100% accurate. We notice some of the AI, it needs to be trained. It needs to be trained. In Malaysia context, we don't really use a lot of AI in the audit yet. Only I think MUS also is the normal sampling. Data analytics also is not really talking about AI, but the AI now is more on the advisory side that they provide to our client to improve their efficiency in the operation so that we can improve our efficiencies in the audit side. But there are a lot of initiatives looking at those auto extraction software too, pilot looking into it, but still it depends on client whether they are able to give the digital documentation, because not all clients are having that luxury to digitalize everything. So it's a 50-50%.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next question: following the challenges faced between face-to-face and CMC, the previous question, as an audit partner manager, do you have concerns that by replacing face-to-face communications with CMC communications, junior audit staff will not be developing any social interactions with their clients, which are perceived as both important for improving client service and the ability to obtain audit evidence?
Yes, definitely. Really, they don't know how to pose question already in a proper manner. Yes, really. Okay. I think there are two ways here. Let's say, for example, let's say financial statements review. So after the partners and managers review, even though we review in the soft copy also, so our audit staff supposed to like approach client to ask back. They conveniently they just forward our our review copy and send to client. Let's say we scribble on the financial statement, they just scan it to client. They don't even bother to filter and maybe restructure the sentence in a proper manner. So now it's like audit partners and the audit managers questioning the questioning the clients. How do you get these figures? Something.
So the lower level don't do that, is it?
Sorry, pardon?
Junior auditors don't do that. Now it's gone up to the managers
in the past, I would say without MCO time, this is better. These things is better. But now with this, everything is online, everything is email, they just forward. Like I mentioned, my staff just now, even like going into client place, they still put it FAQ to talk about walkthrough, talk about design, talk about business processes. And the funny part is that someone give hints. Hints, you should be answering this. I said, what are you doing? You're spending so much time to come up with the FAQ, then you give hints to client. So they do have this funny case, I would say, but not majority. However, it does impact the way that they communicate to client. They can't really know how to ask about the questions, how to ask open questions so that we are able to get more information from Elsa. So they tend to like ask close-ended questions. The soft skill on how
yes and no.
Yeah. The soft
is it this? Is it that?
Yeah, yes, no, yeah, like that. It
Because
just,
you can gather that much more information if it's an open-ended question, which did, yeah.
it is better when we are at client place, and because client also prefer to see us, to feel our services and the quality. Otherwise, like to them, otherwise, of course, we would think that, what for you want to pay us the audit fees? I can pay to the other audit firm. It makes no difference. Perhaps you have a more change too. but I don't feel the personal services, and they don't stand, they can't feel the services from us. So that is our concern.
Oh, so one of the drawbacks of this is the relationship management that you have with your clients. Then how you manage to retain them even though your staff are unable to communicate?
Oh, that's why we must have their phone call. we can even
Follow up, is it?
during the MCO time, I can't just pick up the call. Hi, Elsha, can you give me this impairment assessment? How are you? Okay. We have to do some like really opening to talk about, or how are you staying? I do have a client. She stays alone in his house, and she really feel very depressed. So have to like talk about this. I also have client like have to quarantine in hotel, like complaining to me, I can't even order Grab. So my house is near to the airport, like because she stay in the airport hotel. I have to offer her. I said, do you need any help? Like this kind of things, I think we still need to ongoing. That time our bosses also said, can you all please don't just open mouth and then straight away ask client, give you the audit evidence. Can you please show some care to your audit clients? Everyone is in MCO time. So those are the things
I
that
agree.
we have to change.
Yeah. I think it's a soft skill that is
It's not there.
missing in the newer the MCO babies, I guess.
Yeah.
True. So these are the little things. So and right, open up. They allow us to go to their place. Then straight away we pay them a visit because we feel that the presence is no longer there. If we continue to work from office.
Okay. Okay. The next question is, how did you manage your communication with your audit team regarding partner manager supervision and reviews of audit juniors during the pandemic? And how was this different from previous audits? Does your firm currently retain these practices?
We observe there are more frequent and periodic audit status update as compared to when we are in office face to face. Because when we were in office, we can just ad hoc drop by. Drop by a manager's place and the partner's place. Can we discuss this, then solve, then go? But with pandemic MCO, which is the interactions with the partner and the managers is lesser, as in like until we have to fix meeting, let's have some periodic audit meeting update. But that was also very stressed. Because again, while we have to apply soft skill on our audit client, we also have to apply soft skill on our audit staff. We cannot just go in, okay, what's your status? When can you submit this? What is still outstanding? So that one also need to spend some time to build some relationship with the staff before we really talk about their work. Like we also previously mentioned, this is getting harder to guide them through Teams because we have to I don't like to use Teams whiteboard because I can't draw properly, because I like to scribble. This is my work, so that people can imagine, right? But with Teams, it's convenient, but I just can't do it properly because I don't have iPad to, like the lecturer, you just draw like that. So it's more difficult for me. Definitely it's different, and the effectiveness, I find that it is still face-to-face is effective. It's more effective. It's more effective to face-to-face. Our firm currently, whether we retain these practices, we all back to office already. So now we are face-to-face discussion. Teams meeting is only when they are at client place. We are in office, so then we still call Teams. But of course, for convenience sake, we will forgot. We would like to call at night already because you are accessible. and it's linked to our phone. So it's junior staff also complaining.
Yeah.
like really no border already.
Work-life balance. Yeah.
Yes. So during that time, we keep on using, there's no work-life balance, it's work-life integration.
This is what all bosses say, I tell you. Work-life integration.
It's work-life integration with the advancement of the technology.
Yeah.
I
Also, you
guess
got
a little bit,
anything?
yeah.
Yes.
A little bit different in here. I get the same complaint back then. So I think later on when we reflected up, then actually we have this rule saying like after working hours, there's a no to personal WhatsApp. Yeah. And there's no to actually personal call. Let's say me and you, and I actually call you. You can use your your work chat to actually chat and see if the person responds. If it doesn't, means it's after work hours lah.
Correct.
So that was pretty a tone from the top also. And then another thing was they actually fixed a lunch hour that wasn't fixed last time. Yeah, because too many, like you say, too many people are making like, let's say, meetings and all, and then let's say manager, right? The time are all clock up.
Yes.
And sometimes manager also want to book like my junior time, and it's all clock up, and literally a lot of people complaining, I got no time to eat, I got no time to even go toilet, you know. So actually instead during the MCO period, they actually fix her lunchtime, like 1 to 2, nobody can book your time, cannot disturb, that kind of thing.
My own experience said, because during MCO I pick up cooking because I have to cook. So I was like, I get so bored on Grab, then I have to like start to cook my, like I like Chinese herb soup. Yeah. So you have to unfreeze, as in like you have to
defrost the thing.
Defrost your chicken, and your, sorry, I eat pork, so then like after I like took out the chicken. So okay, let's enter into a call. Then I forgot about it already. So exactly. I forgot to cook my soup.
Exactly. You forgot to eat. You don't have food to eat then.
Yeah.
So they actually terbalik. They pre-COVID is like nobody care if you have lunch.
So our firm, right, because of this, they set, right, because by default we always set 1 hour meeting. So now, right, by default it's 15 minutes only. So that they have 10 minutes. They are trying to leave the 10 minutes. At least you go take some breaks. But we will always change. Let's put it back to 1 hour. It's just like not enough. So they do have change this. So now what I do is I actually block my own lunch time. I really like 12:30 to 1:30, I say I out of office. So then, and also 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, because my staff really like booking my time. 8 o'clock meeting, 7 o'clock.
Then 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, no break.
Yeah, I said 9 o'clock I can accept because I will be because I travel back to office. So 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock I was still on the route. So now I have to like block my own time. 7 and 8 I am out of office. Don't block my time. So I block myself.
Okay. Shamla, the next question here.
Okay. The capital markets were severely affected during the COVID-19 pandemic. How did you overcome the challenges of preparing forward-looking cash flow estimates, recoverability and impairment of assets, accounting for financial assets, contract modifications, subsequent events, and going concern assessments?
It's all one. I think what you are looking at is the post-COVID impact on the financial statement.
Yes.
We're looking at during the lockdown and during the COVID. How did you manage that?
You need to do a lot of references. Like you really need to do extensive researches from prestigious sites. For example, Bank Negara. Actually, Bank Negara, they have very comprehensive one, but it's just that you really need to dig in. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. And then after that, we actually have to make a lot of references to Bloomberg. Yeah. And then challenge, like how to say, and also sometimes we would even go back to client and say, okay, let's say this client, maybe they are using CIMB. I will actually ask them to ask back CIMB what are the forward-looking rate they are looking at, because technically, right, their cash is storing with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So their risk is actually reliant on more on like the percentages of what the bank that they are engaging. Like for example, if they fall due or whatsoever, right? The first one they will go to is the bank that they are using, right? So definitely, let's say they are getting a loan or whatsoever, definitely they will be going to the bank that they are in business with. So that would be the most reliable source. I mean, that's for me, yeah. So all these are more technical things. But yeah, there were much more extensive work we need to do. And then for the first time, I need to do like scenario A, scenario B, scenario C, scenario D because of this COVID. Because really, you will never know when it really lift the COVID the MCO lifted and everything, and then whether business will be going well or not. So we literally have to do like scenario 1, the best one, scenario 2, less best, scenario 3, worst, scenario 4 is really egress, that kind of scenario, and then really extensive work you need to do. Yeah. That's for my part lah.
To assess, yeah.
My experience is my client is hospitality. Hotels, yes. So, and the hotel is not in Malaysia, it's in Australia, in Singapore, in Thailand, Phuket, in Canada. So it's like we are looking like, okay, this one used to be their cash cow of the group. So now we have to enter
grass already
discussion with clients. I think you need to impair your hotels because straight away they shut down. Straight away they shut down. Not really shut down. Okay, they haven't shut down yet. They reopen now. Okay, they close. They say first they have to lay off their employees. They lay off their employees, and then their cash flow projection, they have to estimate when are they going to reopen, which is they benchmark with SARS. Okay, that time people think that this one may be like somewhere equivalent to SARS, but it's worse than SARS eventually. So until they have to support with the cash flow, because hospitality hotels, they talk about they have hotel operator and also the owner, so they have to do a lot of negotiation in between with the operator. When can, like, certain funds supposedly in the normal time you can't move, you can't use it at all, but they have to use this fund to support their business. So those are one of the way that they come up with the negotiation, and we say, okay, I can't just listen to what you say. You have to give us the black and white that this is what you have agreed. And hotels also become collaterals and loan covenant, the breaches, all that. So suddenly all become current liabilities. So it is also quite difficult, but also because of that was the first time I have to really talk to the bankers, means their account managers and the first VP of the bank.
Really.
Are you still willing
I have to call them actually? I never experienced this.
To renew, refinance their loan if they come to you, because we start to talk about going concern. So a good thing is, but the moment the bankers say yes, they are a very good client. I mean, for my side here, they say we wanted to continue to do business with them because they are proactive, approaching us to solve the problem, to tell us upfront what is their hotel's issues. So it's quite good to get that. And in terms of bank confirmations, a lot more things that we ask from the bankers. Can you give us this in black and white? Can you give us this confirmation to support the cash flow? And that is not the end yet. So after we we come up with the VIU, because client also, if you ask them to do valuation report, they say we don't know how. The market, none of this happened before, but generally that time was impairing about 20%. Everyone is talking about 20 to 30% for hotels. Until to a certain extent, they think the fair value report, the valuation report cannot be relied, and they come up with their own VIU. The own VIU is even worse. The own VIU is suggesting us to really impair a lot, until the founder of the group have to see me and partner, and then you and your partner come in. You want to know what's the hotel worth today? I can tell you. To talk about, because we say based on this, based on the paper, based on this paper, your hotel is only 11 million now. 5-star hotel, 5-star hotel. They say, you tell me my 5-star hotel worth 11 million now. So that was also some common sense need to come in.
Yeah.
And how do we say, how do we balance what is on the paper, what and versus the logical sense. You buy, you spend 11 millions to buy a 5-star hotel. Everyone come, I want to buy it now. So that was some of the funny stories when we talk about the going concern assessment. To a certain extent, is a very new one and not the end yet. After I finished the audit for that year, the AOB came in. Because they have thematic topic to look at, and that year 2021 they came in, they look at going concern assessment for all the PLCs. And my file got paid. So also have to go in to explain to AOB or so step by step indications. So is material going concern or not? How do you all satisfy yourself? All that thing. So yeah, it's a good learning curve, because good thing is our firm that time come up with really a template on the going concern assessment to guide us. We also set up a team, our professional department team, because professional department, they are very methodology guidance. They challenge us. No, you cannot. Your client tell you this, you have to get this. So we have to fulfill them. So good thing is because of that process has been gone through, so we are able to pass.
But did you apply IFRS 9 during this COVID time, or to assess the impairment and all that?
Yes, we will still need to apply IFRS 9 on the financial asset side, which is within the scope of IFRS 9. But of course, that time there is also a debate talk about, can you still say that it's 12 months ECL? Or is a credit impacting or deteriorating, all that. So level 1, level 2, level 3 comes in. So yes, it is still need to, because MFRS 9 didn't give us exemption saying that MCO you don't need to apply.
Exactly. You still hold you still have the doubt whether, and plus I think it's much more like pressing on it, because you don't even know collection is going on or not. Whether 12 months enough or not.
That's right.
So basically that's about it. The capital market. AOB also part of the capital market.
True.
What about PN17 firms? Did you have any of those issues? PN17 firms?
You asked. I also audited PN17. I had experience in auditing this PN17. In fact, that was the first time I actually come up with the qualified opinion and also the adversary. really the one. It's one of the PN17 now, and recently we are being called by the court, the liquidator, to attend the credit scheme meeting already. We can't even recover our audit fees. Yeah. PN17 is yes, we can't even recover our audit fees. So it happens. The PN17, but
so you become
MCO already become PN17. It's not because of COVID-19 become PN17. So I don't have any experience where because of COVID-19 that becomes a PN17. But default on the bondholder one, you can see quite a lot. Some of our audit clients also into that stage, and we are also like they can't afford our audit fees also.
Interesting.
Elsa, you want to add on anything?
No, I'm not really experienced of this at all.
My life is like from Fortune 500 companies until PN17. I have this range of clients.
Very good experience. So far, my client not eat grass so I don't have it yet.
Should we just wind up? Can you just wind up so that they can also go for their dinner and so on?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.